almost an entire Columbia Rambouillet Fleece to spin, and I am moving in just 1 week. My goal is to see how much of this I can spin before I have to pack it into a box. Well, here's the deal. I have been combing up this fleece for months, and I think you guys have probably seen some of my previous videos on this. I tried a drum carder, but I realized that combing it was going to be the best way to deal with all of the vegetable matter that was left in this fleece. It is deliciously soft, but it has taken a lot of processing to get it even halfway into a spinnable form. In the meantime, I still need to be organizing, cleaning, and packing the rest of my house to get ready for the moving truck to be here next, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So in just 8 days. So hopefully you guys would like to join along, see how much of this I can get done and what kind of chaos comes in along the way. So the first thing I need to do is actually to change out my lace flyer for my jumbo flyer. Because there's a lot of wool to spin, I want to be spinning it on my jumbo bobbins. You can see this one is maybe a third of the way full with this darkest color already. So I want to get this bobbin back on my flyer to keep spinning. So we're going to take the flyer off. And I actually changed out my maidens here, so I need to pull those back off and put the original ones back on. I'm sorry, I can't find my microphone at the moment. I'm sure I thoughtfully packed it somewhere already, so I'm hoping the audio is okay. I know I can do a little bit of mixing in the editing process, so hopefully that'll help fix any issues we might have here. So all I need is just a flathead screwdriver for the screws on my maidens. As a reminder, this is a great way to tighten up or loosen maidens that aren't behaving well on your wheel. I'm getting my jumbo flyer on with the bobbin. Make sure it's on the right way. I can find the end. Here's the end. Yeah, that should be the right way. Slip that on. There we go. Now the next thing is to see how my drive band sits. The lace flyer is a lot smaller, so I'm thinking my drive band might be a little too tight, but if we put the tension on the drive band all the way down, I might be able to just make it work. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I was on the lowest whirl before. It's gonna take a minute for me to get back to where I was, to remember how I was spinning this. I might need to find my control card just to make sure I keep a consistent single on here. Here's my Fiber Sprite control card. It's got the twist angle on here and it has the weights here. I'm just not sure that this goes fine enough for me. I might just barely be on this lowest thickness here. So let me compare to that and see. Yeah, it's fine. It's actually more closer to the 32 mark or even the 26. And if I try to compare the twist angle on it, it's really hard to read. It's a fairly high twist angle. I think it's a 30 or 45. So should be pretty hardy there. And I think we can finally start giving it a shot. There's still a lot of dust and debris that comes out of these, so. Struggling with my wheel feeling sluggish, so I think I need to do some modifications or just like some adjustments here to try to get it spinning right. And of course that seems better already. I'm going to try putting some Singer oil on my flyer assembly here, see if that helps. Okay, it's been a couple of days now, and I was doing a lot of my spinning in the evenings while watching TV with my husband or while my toddler was running around. So what I've been able to do is that I got as much as I thought I could on this bobbin, but what I noticed was that it was getting really hard to treadle just by the weight of what was on this bobbin, plus the bobbin itself. So I actually took one of my empties and weighed it, and this bobbin alone is 140 grams. And this, I think, has maybe about 150 grams of singles on it. So like 300 plus grams on this bobbin. It was just getting really hard to treadle. So I switched over to one of my standard Ashford traditional bobbins, and it is going by blazing fast. I'm almost done with spinning up these brown singles, so I only have this much left. So I'm hoping to get this done today. At first, I was really struggling. I thought it was going so slow, and I was like, I'm not even gonna be able to finish this dark brown this week. But I've got about 4 days left before I hope to post this video and before we get to the keys to the new house. So I'm hoping to get this done, and maybe that lightest shade, which I'm gonna start next. I really don't think I'm gonna get to the medium gray color on this fleece because I haven't combed it, and I just don't think I'm gonna have enough time. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna be very happy to get the stuff that I've already prepped done this week. And that was what I was most worried about. It's like the most volume, and putting into a box, squishing it down. I think I was just worried about it getting like messed up. All of the work that I did in the prep messed up. Lady Gray's being super extra this morning. She just wants to she's just in the way. So, all right guys, I'm gonna spin a little bit. I'll film this so you can see it, and we'll just keep seeing how much of this entire fleece I can get spun up before I have to move. All right, let's go. right, this is it. I got this second bobbin done. So that's all of the brown. This is all of the brown from that fleece. So it's close to 200 grams there. I'm glad to have that spun up. So next, maybe at lunch or when we're watching TV tonight, I'll get started on that lightest gray color. So I put a tear weight on my basket a while ago. So I just want to weigh this to see how much of this I have. This, again, I've got a whole banker's box more. So the basket is 270 and this is 396. So that's about 120 grams. So I think that would just about get me pretty close to full on this bobbin. I think I probably have at least another 200 more grams of this. I know I weighed it when I was prepping it, but I can't tell you now. So much has gone on, so many other projects, so much life. My memory is not there. The good thing is about this lighter gray is that it's just so much cleaner than the darker brown. I feel like it's gonna go a lot faster. So over my lunch break, I got about 20 grams spun up on this bobbin. So that's pretty good. It's gonna take a while.
Fall from there, because it's adopting the future. Unsurprisingly, Jacob also has one.
And now I've almost gotten 100 grams spun up on the lightest gray color. I do have a couple of thoughts. This lightest gray color is super easy to spin. There's a lot less vegetable matter in it. And I'm actually kind of surprised it's turned out a little bit darker spun up. I guess that makes sense that, you know, it ends up looking a little bit darker once it's spun than it does in the roving. I'm totally fine with that. It might change my plans a little bit once I determine how much I actually have. I'm not sure how much more I'm gonna get done. Today is Wednesday. I was planning to upload this tomorrow, if not Friday at the latest, because officially we get our keys for our new house on Friday, but it's been super stressful. There's been a lot going on, so I haven't gotten as much done on spinning as maybe I'd like to, but frankly, it's life. Like, this is a crazy week, so I'm just gonna get done as much as I can at this point. I've also gotten sick, if you can't tell by my voice, so I've been extremely tired and sore throat and all of that. So this is like not great timing at all. Been, sick, trying to move, and then doing this challenge as well. I'll be very happy if I get maybe 300 or 400 grams total spun up. So like I said, I've got 200 there, 100 there, so that's 300. If I get another 100 grams spun up, I would be very, very happy with the volume. And so that would be me getting through all the rest of this basket. I have at least another 100 grams of the lightest shade. And then of course, as you saw from the beginning, that medium gray shade, which I haven't actually combed or processed yet. I've only probably gotten through half of the locks with the flicking and picking process. So I think that's where we're gonna be at. I'll show you guys wrapping up the spinning. I am able to get done today and tomorrow. And then I'll get this video posted either later on Thursday, either at the normal time or maybe sometime on Friday. So we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Are you gonna help me spin again? it is Thursday, which means that tomorrow we get the keys to our house, and it has been an extremely stressful week. Even this morning, we were scrambling trying to talk with one of the inspectors to make sure that they were going to be able to get out, and just like really stressing. So I'm going to try to finish up this last batch of 100 grams for the lighter gray of wool, and then I think I'm going to get all of my spinning stuff packed up, getting ready to move. So let's see if I can finish that on this bobbin. You can see I still have my jumbo bobbin here. I've been really trying to do what I can to oil my wheel, make sure it's all aligned properly, to make sure that I still get the twist and draw in that I need to continue spinning on this bobbin. It's very full, it's very heavy. There's a lot of momentum in there, so the bobbin will continue to spin for a long time, even after I stop treadling. So it's kind of funny. So I have also moved to the medium whirl on my jumbo flyer, because I found that I needed the additional surface area, the friction on that whirl, to continue to get the flyer to spin. I found that on the smallest whirl there just wasn't enough contact between the drive band and the whirl, so it's just slipping and I wasn't getting sufficient twist. So with the next higher whirl, I get more contact between the drive band and the flyer, the whirl, so that it continues to spin. So I'm just gonna work on spinning, see if I can get the rest of this spun up today. If not, I'm not gonna worry about it. I've got enough stress going on in the rest of my life right now. So let's get this spun, try to relax a little bit on the rest of my lunch break right now. And then all my spinning stuff's getting packed up, ready for the new home. All right, everyone, I think I'm officially out of time. I have a meeting I need to get to in like 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna try to finish editing this video, get it exporting and uploading tonight, because tomorrow is all work on the new house. So here's where I ended up at. I had 11 grams left of my second 100-gram bunch of the light gray wool. That means that I have about 189 grams on this bobbin of the lighter gray wool. You can definitely see it's like much darker on the bobbin than it was like in my hand. That's okay. I think it's really lovely. So all total, I have spun up about 300 grams. Because, I mean, I did already have 50 grams on this bobbin, so we'll just count this 50 grams as I already spun. So, in reality, it's these two bobbins here. Sorry, this is 150 grams. This is 200 grams. So, all total, I spun up about 350 grams of wool this week while working on a new house build, while raising a toddler, and like life in general. So I think that this project was very successful. These bobbins will fit much better in a moving box than in that mountain of wool. So I still have all that medium gray left to spin, plus the remainder of the light gray. I don't know that I will have any updates on this project next week, but I'm thinking of sharing with you guys the lace flyer and how to spin a really super fine lace on that, just because I think that'll be easy to film with me unpacking boxes in my new home. So if you think you would like to see that, definitely leave me a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if I really appreciate you guys crafting along with me in this particular challenge. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you think I did well, what I could have done better, or perhaps you have a similar project that you would like to share with me. I love hearing everything that you guys are working on down in the comments, and I really appreciate every time you guys share that with me. Also, reminder, you can definitely tag me on Instagram at needlewheelloom. And I'd love to see or hear about your projects over on Instagram as well. And if you guys are curious or interested in gardening or home construction or DIY type projects, I have my original YouTube channel where I first started learning about like filming and editing, and that's A&A Backyard. That's A&A Backyard. That's my other YouTube channel, my original one. Again, don't judge me for my bad video editing when I first started out, like 8-10 years ago, something like that. So thanks you guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.